Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Inevitable Design. My name is still PK and I make tutorials for developers and designers. WordPress tutorials for developers and designers. Okay, I've looked through a lot of the panels here and I'm not sure I could find a pseudo element part where it has the before and after. So we're just gonna have to code it. All right, might as well teach you how to write some CSS. Okay, all right, now the important thing here is to understand how this thing works. Okay, how the code that we're going to write works. Otherwise you'll just be lost and you will be not very happy with me, which is not ideal, I guess. Right? Okay, so I'm going to pull this out over here. Okay, now this guy, all right, I'm going to group this guy up. All right, I'm going to group this guy up so we don't have to worry about it. All right, so this guy, this is where we're at right now. And what we need to do is we need to add a half width background, okay? Now, this whole thing will be relative position, okay? If it's relative, that means anything that is absolute, that is nested inside that relative, will take its coordinates from that relative positioned element, okay? So top 0 is over here, bottom 0 is down here, right 0 is down here on this side, left 0 is on that side, right 0 is on this side. And whatever number you input, it will go to the other side, so top to the bottom, bottom to the top, left to the right, right to the left, depending on how much whatever value you put in. Okay, so for example, this guy, let's see, I'll make this so, no, you know what, I will ungroup this component so it won't affect the other ones, and make this really strong. All right, so this is top 0. This is top 6 rem. Okay, so that's how you push down. And this is top 50%. Okay, so if you start here, so the element will start here. And if we give it a height of 50%, which is half the height of that, it will be the exact half of that thing, right? So you already gave it the position, and from that point on, like I said, absolute positioning will follow that relative position. Okay, now if we give it a width of 100, it will go from here to here. All right, left 0 means it starts here on this line, and you give it width 100, it goes all the way over here, right? But that means that it's not going to come out over the edges to the end, to all the way to the edges of the browser, well, the screen, right, of the viewport. So to do that, we actually need VW, which is viewport width 100. Okay, and once we have that, of course, this will go underneath, but we're not going to do that at the moment. I'm just showing you where it's supposed to sit, right? Now, in order to do this, that means you need to take away, so you need to put a negative value from this 0 point to the left. So like negative 6 rem or something, okay? Now, if this container has its own width, it does, right? And that changes, and the border around it is susceptible to change. So that is giving it a negative length to outside, so it touches the edge of that screen, is not a very good idea. So a good idea is this. All right. Oh, where'd that thing? Okay. A good idea is this. Why? Because this is the exact center point of this element, and this element is centered in the screen. So the center point of the centered element would be center of the screen. So you start from the center of the screen, give it a length, a width of 100% of the screen width. That would be 100 VW. And then now all you need to do is just pull it back 50% of itself, which means this guy will be right here. Okay? So that's how you center a full width element from an element that is inside the container. Okay? And of course, z index 0 we're going to use before. It will most likely take care of itself. Okay? Okay, so let's code this in. All right, now we need to know exactly what we're dealing with. So we are going to start with, we're going to start right here, and we're going to start with adding a selector there. And let's see what we can add to this depending on what is rendered on the front end. Okay. All right. So here we are on the front end. And if you inspect it, you will see that this is most likely the element. We're going to give that element, this guy here, not all the way down here. Get that first guy, the loop 101, 110. That guy's going to get, what is it? Relative position. Okay, so let's start with giving it a position. Yep. Relative. And you will see this guy now has, relative position. Okay, which is good. That is very good. All right, now let's add a pseudo element. So we don't even need to worry about anything below this because all the stuff underneath it, they're all nested in there. We need our box to be under all the content anyways. So really doesn't matter. We don't need to drill down into the post div down here. Doesn't really matter. So we'll just write directly from there. Okay. So this selector, write it before. Now, when you're writing a pseudo element and you're putting in like what is it? Block. You're gonna have to start with. I forgot to start the timer. All right, where am I? I'm at 8 minutes recording right now. I'll pause this, start the timer at, I don't know, 5 minutes. Okay, 5:13. There we go. Forgot that. I can't believe I forgot it. Anyways, so yeah, if you're going to make a block or whatever you're doing with a pseudo element, you always need a content. If you don't have content, it will not show. All right. This is one of the most common mistakes that everybody makes when they're writing CSS, forgetting the content. Okay. Now you don't need anything in the content, but it has to have a value. Well, it has to have some kind of, even a null value. Okay. All right. Now we're going to do whatever we were talking about. All right. Position absolute, top 50%. I am used to writing after the colon, putting in a space. I'm used to doing that, but Sublime does it automatically because I normally write in Atom, because I write my Sass in Atom text editor, but I don't write CSS directly in Sublime. So this always, I get a double space a lot of times. So just understand that. All right, so 50%, that's fine. Top 50, left 50, that's right here, the center point, okay? And what we need from that point on is the width to be 100 VW, the height to be 50%, and background color to be black. It can be Octothorpe 333, 000 if you want. That's not. It can be a hashtag. It can be a sharp or a pound or Octothorpe. All right, and what else we got? Yeah, that's all good. So now all we need to do is give it a transform. Now you can technically do translate X and translate Y separately, but what's the fun in that? Do it all at once like that. So -50 means it's pulled back 50%, meaning the center of that will center over here, and then we don't need to worry about the Y, so we'll do that. That's all we need. And if we add that here, that's what we get. Ta-da! Now, sometimes if you get small little slivers like that, it's not too bad to just overshoot just a little bit. These are pseudo elements. You won't get any side jiggle. That's not a side, is it? It's not a side jiggle. It won't be a side jiggle. But if you do, I don't think it will. Let's see. Oh, you do? All right. You know what? We'll actually stop that from side jiggling. Overflow-x hidden. Oops. There we go. No side jiggle. What'd I miss? What did I miss? Okay, that was a quick moment there because this, so you see here, that section, you see the yellow box around it, that is a margin. So that means if you put it, if I put an overflow in the section container or in here, then anything that overflows beyond the edge of the element that you just see there, that's highlighted, as you can see right there, that guy. Yeah, anything that goes beyond that is hidden. So it actually has to be overflow from here, overflow hidden from there. So we'll have to add that over there, okay? So this guy doesn't go in there, it goes into the section, okay? There we go, so that's fine. Let's see if, wait, is it, yeah, 102, that's fine. And all good. See, no side jiggle. See, I'm moving my mouse. I'm moving the side scroll. See, it's not moving. Right. Yeah. But this, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's not actually moving at all. Cool. That's all good. So there we go. Good. And that is pretty pixel perfect. So that's 6 rem there, 6 rem there, 6 rem there, and go to that product. It works. Cool. All good. All right, so now we can move on. Wait. There we go. That was right on time. All right, so I guess we are going to be building the rest of the stuff. I mean, this stuff isn't that hard. Maybe we'll probably be doing the blog grid. That's easy. That'll be like a couple minutes. But yeah, the blog grid, we'll be doing that in the next 2 courses, next 2 lessons, and maybe the About Us page. And then all we have left would be the contact form and the blog pages. Yeah, the blog pages and the contact form, and we should be done. So we're doing pretty well, right? Cool. All right, so I guess that's about it. This lesson was actually a lot less about breakdance and more about CSS. Although I do think this kind of stuff, it might be cool if you can manage this in the Visual Builder. I, first of all, don't care at all because I can write that myself. But I don't actually think that is something that builders should have. I mean, I know builders do have it. Some builders have it. And it helps to have it sometimes, but it doesn't really necessarily solve too many problems. And if they add it, I'm fine. Divi has it, so if they add it, it's fine. If they don't add it, I don't really care. But that's how that works. Okay. Now, if you want this to be something that is a little bit more manageable in terms of how to, not manageable, but sort of like apply in other places and not just for this one element here with CSS like this, what you can do is connect that to a class. All right. I might have to show you how to do that in some other instance, but if you can add a class and you can add the pseudo element to that class and have it somewhere saved in this style sheet. That would be a more easily templatable, easily manageable way of doing it, as opposed to writing directly in here. It can become a mess, and it might be hard to tell what is what and what's going on. Okay, although it is easy to take out because of that little dot there. It is easy to find because of that little dot there, but I think it's better if all that stuff is connected to a class. All right, even this stuff connected to a class. I might have to do a lesson just on that, clean everything up so it's all connected to classes and not in the custom CSS here and there. But for now, that's how you do it. I hope you understood how to do this thing, how this was plotted, and the 50% and the translation and translate and all that. Okay, so hope that helped. Again, join our Discord. Come find me somewhere, and we'll keep building this site. All right. See you around. Bye. I said bye for bye. Sorry. Bye.